can't go that far. That it was there, but I didn't fuck up audio last time. I fucked up video.
Oh, okay.
So that was
By showing your face, yeah.
Anyway, let's see here. It's been 48 seconds. That sounds about right. Mike, welcome to another episode of Specrapular. We are a podcast that talks about movies and shit, mostly shit. I haven't said the whole slogan in a long time because I didn't want to say mostly shit anymore.
Right.
So it's
You just forgot and said it by accident now?
yeah, I know, right? But I do want to change the slogan to, I just got to do, now that the season's going to be done after this next episode, I'm going to change it all. But Specrapular, we talk about movies and shit. I am one of your hosts, Brenden Aquino, but I'm joined by my best friend and confidant, Mike Vera. Oh.
You like that?
I don't. No, I do not in the slightest. And Mike.
I pulled my penis out. Those who just listening?
Yeah.
Can see the action video?
Yeah. Mike, how are you?
I'm okay. You know, it's gone.
Okay, good. And how's life been?
You know, it's gone.
Okay, good.
The weather is getting me angry because it's like hot,
Inconsistent?
rain,
Yeah.
I was getting real itchy there when it was like,
In the crotch.
yeah.
But that's been there for years.
Yeah.
Yeah. All those crabs.
So I'm like lathering myself up with lotion, which I didn't hate.
Yeah.
But now I don't have to do it as much because it's not as dry
Yeah.
and cold. But
Yeah, my hand, because my eczema is kind of breaking out a little bit because I've been a little stressed at work and stuff, just shit doing. And so my hand's just very dry. And so that's why earlier, remember when I was getting in the car, I was like, ow, because my hand, because it cracked a little bit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah. So I just got to lotion this bitch up. But speaking of lotion, you had a massage recently.
yeah,
What Thai massage?
it was the one where they like walk across you,
Yeah, jerk you off with the feet.
where they like toboggan on your body.
Yeah. Hitting the fucking slopes. Yeah. And they just jump across you, and
Yeah.
they slide right off. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do
They
you,
used me as a slip and slide. Yeah, that was the one.
do you get massages frequently?
No,
Like once a year?
maybe every 6 months or so.
Okay.
Yeah. Although every time I go, I was like, I should come more. This is relaxing.
How much do you pay, if you don't mind me asking?
$399. That's like
There
40
better
bucks.
be a happy ending in that, because Jesus Christ.
It's like $40.
Okay, that's
Plus
fair.
tip.
And so what, tip is $10, $15?
I throw my little 20 spot.
Okay.
Cool.
Is it a reflexology massage, or is it just
I don't know
focused?
what that means.
Reflexology, typically, if I get one, it's like all body. So
That's
it'd be
where
like-
they hit your knee. And
Yeah. So mine is typically head, shoulders, knees, and toes is the kind of massage I get. But like I like it because they'll do like my scalp, and then shoulders, and then my hands. Oh, I love my hands being massaged.
yeah. Well, I've been feeling like so the reason I went is because like my okay. It all starts. So you see this sofa right here,
Do I?
fairly new.
Okay.
Right. Don't mind the
Cum spots?
stain.
It took you too long. But
I was in my head. I was trying to decide. Did I say cum or semen? Jizz. I was all in my head.
ejaculate.
Yeah.
Ejaculate spots. Yeah.
So anyway, so it's comfy compared to my old couch, which was like a foot too short.
Yeah.
So like I would like lay down it and like my feetsies would be
Yeah.
dangling, and
Yeah.
I'd wake up like, oh, my ankles. So I got this couch. I'm like, oh, it's like perfect me size.
Yeah. I've laid
Can't
across
see.
it. Yeah.
This is like
can't quite.
it's like 6'5" long. You know, but so like I fit perfectly in there, snug as a bug in a rug. On a
As you give
getting
yourself a tug. Dude.
What is happening? You ever see Best Friends, everybody? Fuck.
Yeah.
Recognize. So like I fit perfectly and like I just fall asleep on it all the time.
Yeah.
Right? So and normally it's been fine. I'm like, hey, at least I don't have to make my bed. But then like this week, I don't know, maybe I just slept wrong. So like my I like had like a sore neck like a lot of the week. So that's why I went to get a massage.
That's fair.
Because like I'm like my arm was like kind of hurting right here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, am I having just the slowest heart attack?
The most mild stroke. It takes like a week to go through.
It's like your arm's supposed to hurt when you have a heart attack, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, this heart attack's taking like 3 days. Like this is.
I gotta get that shit checked out.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of like even heart attacks and stuff like that, so I had a physical last week.
Oh, you were talking about it.
Yeah. So I finally did it, and because like ignorance is bliss, but not when it comes to your health.
yeah.
Not when it's your health. Because like it, after talking to my doctor,
I'm riding that ship to the fucking.
we're
bottom of
fucking
the
sinking.
very hottest trench.
my doctor, I haven't seen my primary care doctor in 6 years. And so
Came up to your face like, oh my God, you've aged horribly.
I know, right?
It's touching
Do you smoke? I'm like, no.
You should start.
You should end your life sooner. But it turns
Do
out
us all a favor.
I haven't seen her in 6 years. And
Oh my God.
She's giving me shit for it. Because like anytime I go into the hospital, it's like urgent care or something like that I just don't
You're
need
like,
to see
damn
her.
it, I hope you would have retired by now.
I know, right? She's my age. I was gonna say her name, her doctor, blah blah blah, but I didn't.
Yeah.
But she's fucking my age. I thought she was older than me because I just assume all doctors are much older than me.
Yeah.
She was born January '86. I'm like, God damn it! And so like,
Do you love running into people who are more successful than you at your
well,
same
I mean,
age?
success. Think about it like this: success has a degree. Like, do I think a doctor is more successful than me? Yes, but like, just because you're smarter than me and make more money than me, probably have a nicer car, she has a family, a husband, kid. Does that mean success?
Just because you have people that care about you.
yeah, your well-being.
Yeah.
So
And, a job that's fulfilling.
right, like you're helping people.
Yeah.
All right.
And you wake up with a smile on your face, not dreading every second you're awake.
She might because
I guess that's successful in some.
because Kaiser's what an HMO, so I mean they're not getting paid that well, right? But her,
Yeah, that's how you're going to cope. Like, I'm not making that much money.
yeah, right, yeah. But her and I caught up just because we hadn't seen each other and talking about like our 20-year high school reunion that's gonna be coming up and stuff.
Wait, you've known her for that? Or just
No,
in
just
general,
talking. Yeah,
both
just in
going
general.
to
Yeah,
ages?
yeah, yeah. And she's super cool. Like she gave a lot of things to me straight, which I appreciate with doctors. She didn't sugarcoat much.
She look at your like,
Yeah.
oh boy.
I always like this joke. I'm gonna tell it to you, and it's a little. So it's like someone goes to the hospital.
ready,
right?
everybody.
Yeah, someone goes to the hospital. Right? You go in there for like a broken ankle, or you twist your ankle, right? Yeah, looking at the X-rays, nothing broken. I'm going through this, but going through these stats, weird. It says idiot on here. I used other terms. I would say like you can use like gay. Well, that's weird. We don't do tests for that. Why does it say that you're gay? And so it doesn't always work. But she gave everything to me straight.
Was that the joke? It was.
Yeah,
supposed to be
it
funny?
wasn't good.
Okay. There is one that I use where it's the meme of like somebody like taking their temperature with the thermometer.
And it's like idiot.
No, it just says fat.
It's on there. Yeah. So I am overweight too. So like when she
Yeah,
did
get the fuck out of here.
I am 100% overweight. Like she said that I'm overweight, and she was showing me like the thing, and I was like, all right, cool. She showed me from the year when I saw her last. So it was at 2017. No, it's only been 6 years. 2019. Like how much I weighed then, and then how much I weighed at like 2020, and then 2021 and 2022, and how it gradually got higher. But I mean that's COVID. Like so I wasn't doing as much. I wasn't out as much.
Yeah, but how much we're talking here?
So
I don't need to.
No, you're fine. I don't give a fuck. It said my highest was 198, and
Really?
yeah, my little 5'8" body, 198. Like that's
Little petite
that's
little.
my. I'm like a petite 6-ounce steak, but then now I'm a fucking 12 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Yeah, I'm a fucking
17-ounce porterhouse over here.
all fat. Like there's no meat on there at all.
Well marbled, as they say.
Yeah, it's a Wagyu steak is what it is. But she showed me that. I was like, Jesus Christ. And now I'm at 178 now or something. But she's still like,
Okay,
you need to bring that down a little more. I'm like, okay. So she's like, bring it down like 10, maybe 15 pounds.
Oh, because you're Asian and they're smaller?
Yeah, I'm very petite.
That makes
yeah,
sense.
Small hands, even though I can palm a basketball. But she's like,
you're vertical, though. That's the important part.
well, I can still touch rim if I, wait and I like stretch. And
If I do it in the morning,
and then I
when
put in
I'm
the and then I
an
put in my
extra
NBA
stellar,
2K in, and then I play as my character.
If I wear my PF flyers,
Yeah.
guaranteed to make kids.
and my
jump
Reebok
higher.
pumps, getting real tight, and then I can jump. I don't like the pumps actually. I used to wear those, if you remember.
Yeah, I remember.
They actually hurt my feet.
I never wore them.
Okay. I've been playing basketball for a long time. So
You
overweight, yeah.
like basketball?
Who'd have thought? Luka Doncic, a Laker. They traded Anthony Davis, and my favorite. I love Max Christie. Great defense, okay shooter, very great vertical leap. But oh my god, like and it just him and I mean really, Dallas got almost nothing. If I really put it on paper, like Lakers got most of it. But it seems like Dallas didn't want Luka Doncic. Anyway, back to my health. Overweight. We haven't done blood work yet, so I'm probably gonna do that on Monday or Tuesday. And because I just got to go, and they just got.
How many doctor's visits do you need?
Well, they couldn't do my blood at that visit because I saw her at the end of the day, and she's like, "You need to fast." So I'm gonna let's say eat tonight, right, for dinner, nothing for the rest of the night, and then just go in the morning. But when I did go in to get my prescription, which I'll tell you about in a moment, while I was there, I was like, "Hey,
I
can
need
I?"
to know all your info. But
It doesn't matter.
How are your stools looking?
Oh, they're
Did she
solid.
Like those?
They're solid as shit.
Okay, good.
She's like, Brandon, we didn't need those. Why did you? And I'm holding it. I'm like, here, please take this. Please take this out of my hand. But
You just leave it on.
Smeared on the paper fucking table, the bench.
I just left it in school.
I wrapped it for you. I twisted it around like a burrito. Pinch off the sides.
It's like when you go to the deli and they put in the paper.
Where did the tape come from? Yeah.
Why is it $3.99 a pound?
It says Kaiser on there and it's stickers. Anyway.
Oh, that's gross.
So I did talk to my doctor, which I'll get to the medication part, that I think that I could have like some forms of ADHD, ADD, because it's hard for me to focus sometimes. And when I focus and I get distracted, it's hard for me to get back into it.
Okay.
And so she's like, well, you have to talk to a psychiatrist if you want to get any kind of medication. I'm like, all right, like whatever. Do I have to talk about my feelings? And she's like, well, no, but it'd be good to talk to somebody. I was like, all right, cool. And so
I'm supposed to have those, right?
I know. Hey, feelings, what are those about? So I talked to a psychiatrist, and not that same day, but talked to one and kind of talked to him things that I go through with like work and even with writing.
Wait, you've done it already?
Yeah,
You did
it was,
like
it was a pretty quick turnaround. Yeah.
telemeeting or whatever?
So I saw my doctor last Friday, and then they called me on Monday to talk a little bit about the psychiatrist, and then by Thursday, I think Thursday or something like that. Might have even been Friday, to be honest. That I talked to the psychiatrist.
Had your lobotomy yesterday.
But I explained to him other stuff. He didn't really make a lot of eye contact. But here's the funny thing that happened, right?
Maybe he was looking at the camera while he was looking.
That's
at the
possible. That's possible. So he had said like, yeah, I want to prescribe you like this kind of medication. And I was like, are there things that I could do that are not medication, like that I can help? And he's like, I mean, there is. I'll send you some links. He never did, but he made the prescription pretty quick. But he was like, yeah, like, I'll send this to you, take it. Don't take it after this amount of time. And, but it should help you. Give it like a week or so for your body to kind of like get used to it. And then we'll touch base after 2 weeks. And I was like, sweet, drugs. And he's like, have you ever taken prescription drugs before? And I was like, not my prescription. And he didn't like, no, I didn't say that. I said,
cocaine?
I said, yeah, I know. I said, and wouldn't you like to know? He didn't like that joke. And me
again.
Yeah,
yes,
so,
I've run into this problem as well.
So keep in mind, my coping mechanism when I'm anxious and nervous is humor.
What?
Yeah, and so I'm anxious and nervous all the time, mind you.
Question: How wet was the level?
So
back?
Thankfully, I was at work and everybody was gone already.
Okay.
So I did it real quick. It was like a 20-minute little thing, but I can feel my back getting sweaty. Thankfully, it didn't get it all mush over here. But
Excuse me, Brenden, why are you so nervous right now? I'm not
like
nervous.
think Key and Peele fucking skit and just water dripping down my face. He was a real nice guy. He gave me the prescription, and then I even filled it same day. But after I got it, I looked up like not symptoms, but
Side
like
effects?
No, not side effects, which is always diarrhea. Why is diarrhea always a side effect of something you take? Which I've been fine, but looked up like why you would take this medication, right? And it's primarily for like depression. And I was like, did he give me the fucking wrong prescription? I get talked to by some kooky guy. So I even called him. I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, no. Like, yes, it can be used for that, but it's also used for ADHD and this other. So like, there's lots of uses you can use this for. But yes,
it's
primarily,
like Ozempic, right?
It
wasn't initially for weight loss.
What's interesting about this medication is it's like a low dosage of like that.
Oh, okay.
So it's like I already feel 10 pounds lighter, which is great. But I've eaten a ton of food.
You got a spring in your step.
Yeah. It's mostly because my dick is now, that's one of the side effects too. It's now like a spring.
Yeah.
So when I fall, I'm
like it's like a pig's tail.
yeah, exactly. And it's a lot funner to jerk off. Yeah. And you know what I do is I get one of those like electrified rings. Those electrified rings, and I try to wrap through it without getting shocked. And I got to bring it back around. Anyway.
The Kisto where it's like the ball that goes
so I am trying it. I tried it yesterday. Didn't see any kind of difference. But to be fair, I wasn't doing anything that needed focus. Like even today, I'm not doing anything that really needs any focus. So, I don't count this. Like if I'm trying to like focus
on, you don't take it seriously.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I'm at work, if I'm able to just maintain what I'm doing, and even if I'm asked to do something else or can I check this, and I can still get back into it.
If I may, someone recently asked me, a prostitute, do you get?
Do you know Brenden?
You just see, could you ask him for that $100 he owes me?
No. You could Venmo me, Cash App, like whatever he needs.
Someone asked me, what do I do when I get bored?
Yeah.
And my answer was...
Sleep?
Well, no.
Okay.
But I think wouldn't that make you restless? Anyway, my answer was I don't get bored. Is that weird?
No.
Because I always feel like there's just always something to do. Either...
Well, you're right.
music to play or listen to or a
Mm-hmm.
movie to watch or fucking going for a walk or something. Like there's always some. Like I'm never sitting there like.
Yeah.
Like a like.
Did you as a kid? Like, did you ever feel like you were bored as a kid? Because you weren't.
I don't recall.
Because you didn't play like instruments, right? Like in high school, like your brother and stuff like that. You didn't play
guitar. Yeah.
but you weren't like a part of band.
I wasn't in the band.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And
What a
you-
fucking geek.
yeah. You didn't. Did you play sports?
Oh God, no.
Okay. Did you? I mean, as an adult, you got into things when you were into jujitsu
Yeah.
and things like that. But like
Running.
running.
I used to run. Believe it or not. Shut the fuck up, everybody. I swear.
You shut
5
your
miles
whore
a day.
mouth. Yeah.
What's you judging me?
Also, everybody like and subscribe. Our
We cherish everybody.
yeah. I
Thanks
always
for
forget.
being
I always
here.
fucking forget to say it too. So, back to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like bored.
Do you?
No.
As someone who it's hard to focus on stuff.
No, because there's so many things that I could do. Like let's say I have
There's
nothing.
almost too many options for you. You're just like I gotta write something. I gotta
Sometimes, like, I don't feel like I have to write. Like every now and then I get in the mode where I'm like, yeah, like I'll do one thing. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm in this like mood where I want to just do something. But it sucks because when I get to it, like, because I'm at work or something. So by the time I get home to work on it, I'm like let's just the train of thought is gone or whatever it is. But what's interesting is I still feel it a little bit back there because I thought of a joke for on the flip side, like the pilot that I wrote, and I think it'd be silly. So when I think about it now, it's like a silly joke that I'm like, okay, I need to feed off of that to do other things, right? The other pilot I was working on, change some things. There's just stuff that I have.
Yeah.
So, but I don't get bored because I can play a video game. I can watch a movie. I don't really listen to music, but like I could put something on. Like there's things that I can do. I'll go out and shop. Like it's just in the free time that I'll have. So it's just, I don't, as an adult, I don't really know what boredom is because then I'll just lounge for like all day.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Yeah. So I do know some people will say like, I'm bored, right? Because I have nothing to do. I'm like, I love that amount of time. Like I will just lay.
I relish that time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will lay the fuck around and I will watch movies all fucking day. I'll order in food.
Yeah. I mean, I've stopped doing that, thankfully.
Good.
But I worked late 2 weeks ago, something like that, till like 4 a.m. So, but it was cool because I got like the Friday off because just can't go,
Yeah.
and
Because there has to be 8 hour, right?
yeah. But then it just messed up my sleep cycle for like the rest of the weekend. Yeah. But that Friday when I was up, I was like, I'm just chilling, And yeah, I was just watching movies, relaxing, jerking off.
You don't have to say the low part. You don't have to say the high part low and low part high.
But you know what I'm saying? Like it was nice. Like
Yeah.
like I'm just sitting here chilling and enjoying myself.
I think it's just obviously indicative on the person of if anything.
Maybe there's people with more drive than us.
Yeah.
That they need to get out and do stuff.
Yeah.
Better the world that they're in.
Like I
don't feel that at all.
I have many of friends that like when they're injured, they still have to do and get up and do shit. While if I'm injured, if I hurt my foot or my ankle, I'll stay off of it. I'll keep it elevated and shit like that. While they will still go out and do a bunch of shit. I'm like, well, you're just prolonging your healing. I'm not getting any younger, so I have to really use
time to-
yeah. Well, if with the people that I play basketball with that are in like their mid to late 20s, they're still gonna heal a little faster than I am. But me, shit, I'll take 2 weeks off for like a hurt toe. But at the same time, I don't truly get bored. I don't get it.
That's kind of the thing I've noticed about because we're not the youngest guys in the world, but I haven't felt like creaky or anything like that. But I have noticed it takes more time to recover from either sleep getting messed up or like a sore neck or something like that. I'm like, it does take longer to.
Like, what's up with that? It's also.
Oh no, Father Time wins again.
Yeah, that's undefeated. It's just like too, like with my doctor showed me, she's like, she asked me what my.
This is a brain of a healthy person.
Yeah.
And this is your mangled mess.
Oh, thankfully she hasn't done like an MRI of me or anything like that. See what's going on with the noodle. But she's like, this is what 400 calories of like a greasy food looks like. Here's what 400 calories of like a protein, like a chicken looks like. Here's what 400 calories of vegetables look like. You can have a lot of vegetables that will equate to 400 calories. Eat more vegetables. I'm like, they're great for you, right? Or they're good for you, right? She's like, well, yeah, but like instead of eating these other two things, like you're tricking your mind and thinking that you're eating all this food when you're really like not, like, because it's not putting a lot in here. While that little bit you eat of a fast food, like you keep eating more because you just don't feel as full.
Satiated, yeah.
Right. So, and because she had asked me even prior to that, like, hey, when you eat, do you just keep eating? And I was like, wouldn't you like to know? And
what's all these personal questions?
yeah, what are you, a doctor or something? But I told her, I was like,
taps her fucking badge.
her stethoscope.
Is this thing on?
Yeah. So I was like, well, growing up, you've met my dad. So like, they just eat. Like my dad will just eat my cousin, my uncle. Like they would just eat.
Well, your dad just pours protein powder in his mouth and then
raw protein.
takes a
Yeah.
swig of water.
No, he doesn't do that. He doesn't do that. He just
Swishes it.
It's all raw powder. Yeah. So I grew up seeing these people just endlessly eat, and so I kind of thought to myself, like, I got to eat a lot too. So I explained it to her, and she's like, well, I want you to go to this class. It's like to understand your eating habits and stuff like that, because likely you're just overeating a lot. And I told her,
It's called Sex Offenders Anonymous.
Yeah.
Wait, why am I in this room?
Yeah. Oh, you've been signed up multiple times, actually, Mr. Kino. I'm so glad you're finally here. Oh shit.
We got him.
Yeah, he's finally here. Get him, guys. But she's super cool about it all, and so I'll probably go to that class. She said it's like 2 hours, and just to, again,
Like a nutrition class?
pretty much, yeah,
Okay.
to know, or at least to better understand why.
Can I come too?
Yeah. Just roll the window. So that's what's going on with us.
Yeah.
So Mike, let's talk about this movie. Unless there's
How long
something
has
else.
it been?
It's been 20 minutes. So Mike, what movie are we watching? And who's in it? And tell me a synopsis.
We are watching Super Size Me from...
Yeah. Who'd have thought? That guy's a piece of shit. Didn't he die?
I don't recall. I think
pretty
it was
sure
like
he's
an
dead.
alcoholic or something like that.
Yeah, that's why I'm pretty sure he's dead.
So we are doing oh my God, there's no year. Oh boy. From 1999.
Yeah.
Na, 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 na,
From the year 99. Even though
That's-
that's not, I know it's
that's
the year 2000. I'm just trying.
From 1999, The Mummy, starring one Brenden Fraser
So good looking in this movie.
He's handsome.
Oh my God.
As Rick, Rachel Weisz, as
So
Evelyn.
good looking in this
so
movie.
good looking.
Oh my, even with that thin 1999 eyebrows.
Well, so
she's-
that's the thing.
That's the style.
No, it's set in the 20s, and that's the style.
I don't know, man. This is still done in 1990, and that's what it was in the early 1990s too.
Not like that.
Are you?
She has like
sure?
Edith Piaf, the French.
Thank you for going. Thank you for telling me a little more, because I was about to be like,
I know. I was explaining. I was. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
This is what I have to fucking deal with people.
Yeah.
Like Envion Rose. That.
oh, is that the girl that was a?
Yeah, from
Okay.
Inception. That's
yeah,
her.
yeah. That's how she sounded.
So look up pictures of her when we're done, and you'll see. Like,
What's her name?
Oh, Edith Piaf.
Edith Peel off.
It worked, though, right?
I see what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yes.
I pulled her up. Yeah, I pulled her
Yeah,
up.
I know.
Okay, continue.
John Hannah as Jonathan. Arnold Vosloo as Imhotep. Kevin J. O'Connor as Benny. Who's the handsome guy?
Brenden Fraser.
Oded Fehr as Ardeth Bay.
Oh, from the Magi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of other guys. Who gives a shit?
Who's Benny? What's Benny's name?
That's what I told you. It was Kevin J. O'Connor.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Always playing a creep.
Always.
Yeah.
You can't not. It's just like
He just
like
looks it.
Ron Howard's brother. Always a creep. Like
Well,
it's
he
just-
took Rachel Weisz's eyebrow. He's like, you know, that would look good. Over
my upper lip?
My upper lip.
those thin ass caterpillars that look great on my upper lip. Fucking great.
Yeah, like There Will Be Blood. He's like the creepy brother.
Yeah.
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 It's good times.
So Mike, did you like this movie?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't read a synopsis
Okay,
or anything
that's
like that. Jesus Christ. Written and directed, which I'm surprised.
Stephen Sommers. Yeah.
Yeah. Stephen Sommers, who also did part 2. Mm-hmm. And then...
He was an executive producer. I was looking at his IMDb of all the Scorpion, because he did Scorpion King.
Did he direct it too?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if he directed, but it might have been an executive producer because
Really?
he
There
did
was
the
a
Mummy.
third Mummy
There's
as well?
4. Oh, there's technically 4 if you count the 2017 Tom Cruise one.
No.
But no, the first 3, yeah. So
There's a Brendan Fraser third Mummy, right?
yeah, it's with Jet Li,
Set-
and
set in, like, China
they
or
replaced
something.
yeah
But
they
Rachel
replaced
Weisz
Rachel
is in
Weisz. Yeah, correct.
Oh, the character's still there, but it's not.
Correct.
Gotcha.
I was hoping they just, because when I watched these back at September, it was the first one great. Second one, oh my god, I would say the second one's probably better.
Really?
And Rachel Weisz looks fabulous in the second one. Like holy shit.
Eyebrows are normal there.
Eyebrows, the darker eyeshadow and shit
Yeah,
like
she's
that.
hot.
Oh my fucking
Okay,
god.
synopsis here before we get too
Hard?
horn dog.
Okay.
At an archaeological dig in the ancient city of Hamunaptra, a American serving in the French Foreign Legion accidentally awakens a mummy who begins to wreak havoc as he searches for the reincarnation of his long lost
How did
love.
Brenden Fraser didn't wake the motherfucker up?
I told you. Remember the synopsis last week was janky.
Okay, yeah. Like Rachel Weisz woke him up because she read from the book.
Don't read from the book.
Yeah, you must not.
Oh, what's his name? The dad from Jumanji.
Oh yeah, it's a great question. Yeah, he's also the hunter too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's what I got here.
He's also the rich guy in Titanic who jumps on the ship, even though Jonathan Hyde.
Okay. Did you like this movie?
I kind of have a feeling that I've had with many movies where I'm watching the beginning.
Okay.
And given it's the time, although Titanic came out 2 years before this and those special effects are amazing,
Mm-hmm.
this one did not look good.
This one didn't hold up fully. There was a few times where I'm like, okay, that looks pretty decent.
I think maybe just like the big, because whenever you think of like movies set in like Egypt and stuff like that,
Sand.
as long as that sand looks good.
Yeah.
No, but like, especially if you go back in time, it's so expansive, right? Like it has to look grand and majestic, going all the way back to Cleopatra in like the fucking 50s or whatever. Like everything has to look grand and an amazing scale. But if it's done digitally and the effects don't look great, then you're kind of left with like, oh, that just kind of looks kind of janky. Like, I don't know about that.
There's a few scenes.
That's what I had
sure.
like this in the beginning. And I was like, I remember kind of liking this movie more, but I'm like, it doesn't look that great. But as it goes on, and then I thought like, of course, because you can't watch this movie and not compare it to the original Mummy, which I actually haven't seen, but whatever.
Okay. From the 30s?
Yeah. And then Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay.
Like any adventure movie is going to be compared to Indiana Jones. Like, it's not that much you can do about it. So I was like, I don't know if I like this that much. But as the movie gone on, I'm like, oh, it is fun. And they're likable and fucking gorgeous to look at, both of them. So I'm like, I can deal with it. It's cool. And then you end up liking it, yes.
Everybody in the movie is pretty good looking because they're still pretty young. Like Jonathan
Imhotep's
looks fine.
good.
Yeah, he's a good looking dude too. He's in NCIS or one of those shows on NBC or CBS.
Oh, is he?
Like,
Okay.
Yeah. Like they still look good for now. Like, maybe some hairlines are receding a little bit here and there, but at the same time, they still are good looking people, especially Rachel Weisz. Oh my God.
I mean, that's the most important part of people is their looks.
Absolutely.
We've established
If
that.
if you can look at somebody and think they look fabulous, that's all you need to know. It's not about what's on the inside. You're not fucking their
Acting
personality.
chops be damned.
Yeah. You're fucking a mouth. You're not fucking their personality. You're fucking a vagina or a butthole.
All right.
You're not fucking their personality.
Okay.
So
That was kind of joking, but no.
well, you got to think about it like that, okay?
It hurts.
So
Like that butthole.
yeah, so this movie looks great, but still out of date, but it holds up. I think it holds up. Like there's only a couple scenes where it was mostly the mummy stuff that I was like, blech. Like
Well, that's kind of what I don't understand, and maybe it had something to do with the production because I didn't look up any production stuff.
course.
So I'm terrible at this, but at least like because when you hear about the stuff with like the Marvel movies, it's always like, man, they were like running these guys ragged,
Yeah.
like trying to get the stuff finished super fast, and
Yeah.
it's you got what you got, one of those things where like. Here's the shot that we want with no direction. Figure it out, and then you're like, okay, well, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. So maybe there's like just budget stuff because like Imhotep looks great, like he's like rah, like all that stuff looks pretty good when he's like the full mummy. And then like the mummy armies at the end look good. Those guys look good. Yeah. But it's like the beginning stuff, like the big grand stuff that I was talking about, that looks kind of not that great.
like nobody's moving. And
Yeah. I even noticed it in 2 though, which is weird because if 1 did really good, that's why they made another one.
Right.
Like, well, the fucking graphics look better than this. Like, it's kind of whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just me though.
That's just me. Okay, Kendrick. So I thought it'd be funny at the beginning when you first see Imhotep. Imhotep? Imhotep. That he turns, right? And because the lady's coming, and he turns and he's like right in your face. It's funny because if he went like this, like he turns to look and he goes. Like he looks into the camera. Yeah, or he looks in the camera like, I'm gonna get this. Let's see here. The bodyguard wasn't holding his sword right. So when the bodyguards of the king came in, the guy was, this is the sword handle, right? Let's just say where my hand is, this is the handle. And then this is blade. The guy was holding it like this.
On the blade?
When he came in, yeah, he's holding at the base of the blade. When he came in, he's like, ugh. And I was like, is his finger, like, is he not, she should be bleeding. Because the handle was long enough that he could have done this.
Right, you're going all over the place with this.
But he's holding this. I'm just saying, it's the little things. We got to break this movie down, Mike.
Well, I told you about Landman. Like, Billy Bob is like turning a valve, like a plug valve or something like that. Okay. But he's using like a pipe wrench backwards. So like, if you pull on it, Billy Bob in the TV show Landman.
You didn't tell me anything about this.
It's about the oil and gas industry. And there's a part where he's like trying to turn a valve, like, a gas valve. And it's like, he's using the wrench backwards. Like, who was watching this and going like, okay, that's right. Like, don't you have a technical advisor at this thing?
I mean, you would think that, right? Especially if the whole thing is about that.
Yeah.
But they might not have the budget. Billy Bob might have been the whole budget. Because I like Billy Bob's great.
Oh, yeah. I love him. It's one of those things where if you know it, because you kind of do it every day.
Right.
When you see it happening, like that's not right. But
Yeah.
whatever. I always feel like that's how people who watch like hospital movies, who are like nurses and doctors, are watching like, well, that's not the right.
Like the YouTube, they'll react. Yeah, it's like when a real sniper reacts to all these movies with snipers, and it's just all right. With them bugs, he should be dead. So when they put all those bugs in the sarcophagus with him, you would think the way those bugs kill everybody else, that he'd be dead, right? Or not.
That's the thing about the movie. Like she says, like, oh, it's a long, slow, arduous death.
Yeah, but
then
these other people
somebody gets eaten by it's like something like 14 seconds.
If
like,
that, yeah.
Okay, what's
like
going on
the one like digger, like
here? When he runs over him, and he goes like.
Yeah, like he falls on the ground there.
It's like that was like 3 seconds.
Yeah, and then he's like, it's like he was just his soul sucked out of him, like fucking Shang Tsung sucked his soul out of him. Your soul is mine. He just fucking yanks that shit out. Let's see here. Those shovels suck. So when they were trying to bury Imhotep, and they're just like the shovel was like thin. I was like, guys, just go like this on the ground and just push it over. You don't have to scoop that shit up. It's sand. Let's see here.
These are actors. Maybe they haven't dug that many holes in their lives.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I feel like, I'm sorry. I just feel that a person shooting on horseback will have no accuracy. But they're like, running in, the horses, and they're screaming, and you see the guys on the ridge falling off. I'm thinking,
yeah.
I mean, if I'm like this, I have to like time the up motion or something like that. But even then, you got to be so lucky.
I've seen the videos of like the cowboy games where like I think they're doing that. Mm-hmm. With shooting on horseback.
You just got to time it. But even
and
then,
of course, like it's one of the things. Like I don't know how real or not real these things actually are, if they actually happen. But like you see, like Native Americans like bow and arrow while riding, and they fucking shooting that shit. So
yeah,
that'd be just as hard, I'd imagine.
I think we'll do a second series that we'll call Specrapular Tries.
Yeah, and
it'll be us just trying these things. And so if you guys want to watch that, email us at specrapular@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to see me shatter my spine trying to ride a horse and it rears up and falls on me.
Yeah. I hate when places...
I regret all that, except this.
My only regret is having bonitis. I just feel that... Okay. Hate when places want you to be experienced in entry-level jobs. So when she wants to get into... not Pepperdine, I'm sorry. And where is it that Rachel Weisz is trying to get into? Pembridge. She wants to be a Pembridge scholar or something like that. She's like, oh, she's like, when she knocks over all the library books and the shelves, well, the books she knocks over too. But you're right. They are the shelves that fell over. She's telling Jonathan like, oh, I was denied to get into the Pembridge Scholars Club again. And they said I didn't have enough experience.
Okay.
And so my thing to that is when I would see jobs like postings where you're trying to hire an entry level person, but you need to have 5 years experience. It's like, how does that make fucking sense? And like, how does a person get the experience at an entry level position unless they get hired at an entry level?
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So for them to tell her like, oh yeah, you didn't have enough field experience, and she's like, dude, I can fucking read hieroglyphics. Let me be specific. I want to get down. I was gonna sing the Bloodhound Gang. Let's see.
I want to be down in your cells, stuff like that, right?
The motion of the ocean. Yeah. Oh my God. I will probably listen to Bloodhound Gang on the way home. They're not bad. The song "I Hope You Die" is pretty fucking fun too. Anyway, what does Jonathan do besides run his mouth?
He drinks,
steals stuff, gets punched in the face.
He's just there because her family were archaeologists, correct?
Something like that.
Her dad was a famed.
Something like that.
So he's just
because he's like, oh, I'm only this because
nepotism, bro.
Yeah, it's rampant in Hollywood and in Egyptian in the what is this, the 1880s?
No, it's 1920.
Was it really?
That's why her eyebrows look like that for the fucking 9th time.
Okay, fine. Let's see here. Why is that candle lit during the day? So he's looking at the fucking map to Hamunaptra, and he's like, it's day. There's light coming in. He's like, let me get this close to a candle. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, you don't need that because there's enough light in the room. I know he wanted to...
It's the 20s, so maybe he had to, like, seal some envelopes with wax or something. He's putting a seal on it.
That's fair, but I'm just saying... yeah, I understand.
Well, also, remember, he's a secret member of that society.
Correct. Yeah,
so
absolutely, yeah.
He burned the map accidentally.
Right. And he's like, oh, it's better off for you. People die looking for that thing, so get the fuck out of my office. Yeah.
You still here?
Yeah. When he had his hand on the bars and the guy hit his hand. So he had already punched Jonathan, right? And then he kisses Rachel Weisz, that lucky son of a bitch, right? And he's like, get me out of here. And then he's like fighting back a little bit, but he stands up and his hand's on the bar and the guy just hits his hand with that. And he goes, ow. I laughed so hard because I hope that was ad-libbed or something like that for him to do that. Maybe he just did. And until the actor like, just hit him. Just fucking hit him. And he's ow. But it was so good. It's the little things, right?
How does his neck not break when he...
Maybe his Adam's apple's a little lower than it should be or
Okay.
something like that. I know how they film those kind of things because they just put him on a hoist and it's
Yeah.
just like not. But like still
scary.
That's frightening. And he should have probably been dead within 20 seconds.
I also want a rope that like is made to break easily.
Yeah, because I wrote that guy cut that rope way easy. Like he just went, here you go. Whoosh. But like even if it's a slightly older rope, that knife has to be, that blade has to be so sharp to cut rope because that rope was probably at least like a solid inch and a half thick.
Wait, are we talking like real life or movie magic? Because if movie magic, then it's probably
Oh,
just...
of course, movie match, you're always gonna slice it. But real life, like you'd probably have to hit that like rope a couple times.
Well, the thing, like there's no... Unless the rope has like good tension, like you're just going to hit it and it's going to...
That's what I'm saying too.
Yeah.
Like it's, and the guy just
It has to
went,
be taut.
"Huh,"
Yeah.
and just whoosh.
Hey, don't they just like hit the trap door and then the floor falls out from him?
Correct. Someone should be down there.
The executioners out there,
Looked 'em
please
up.
give us a...
Yeah,
send us an email. See
guys.
what's going on here?
Like, what executions still exist?
It's a joke, Brandon.
I don't like jokes.
Okay.
Let's see here. A flim flam. When she's like, you're not. And I was hoping he'd say, because I don't remember. He's like, a flim flam, but he didn't. He just like, lady, I got you. And then Jonathan pats him and checks his
That's
wallet.
kind of his joke a lot of the movie.
What?
Brenden Fraser's.
What?
He's like, oh, like, I don't know. That's like his
Well,
vibe.
he doesn't know. He's the smart ass, kind of badass.
I kind
guy.
of wish he was more smart ass.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Okay. Those wet footprints were very close together. Like, when you're walking and there's a stride, like my stride is like this wide across, right? But that guy's was like this. Like he was walking like, yeah, like a penguin. But like I would say my stride is a pretty wide stride.
Talk about the wet ones?
Correct.
Okay.
Like it was very close.
Well, probably just to get him in the frame. You want to see them.
Oh no, I get it, but it's just like I'm just saying
Again,
it's
why
very.
are
It was
you
like
judging
it
movie
was like a
magic,
child.
bro?
It wasn't movie magic with wet footprints.
Yeah, but you want, that's what you're trying to see. You want to see multiple steps so like, ooh, some fuckery is afoot over
Yeah,
yonder.
He got suspicious.
Yeah.
Were there two boats?
2 boats.
So how does this make sense, right? When Brenden Fraser has Rachel Weisz and they come out and he's hiding behind that wall and they're shooting at the wall, and then he comes out and he's shooting across. How does that make sense?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Because, okay.
I mean, I remember the scene. I don't
Okay.
know. What's your
when
concern?
he's doing that, right? When he comes around the corner and starts shooting, in front of them are guardrails.
Okay.
So that's like an edge of the boat. But he's shooting straight across. And he shot a guy, and he fell off a second floor or something. So where is he falling from?
I have to watch again. I don't know.
So like, okay, just think about it
The
like
geography
this.
is weird. For
Right.
What you're saying.
So like I have my back like this and she pulls me away from the
I got
shots.
you.
Right?
Yeah, I remember.
And then when he comes out, he's shooting this way, like gush, 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 gush. But like there's a guardrail in front of them. So then
How do you know that's the front guardrail?
I don't. But like why would that guardrail be like that to go across them that way? But then he's shooting up on a second floor that's also going across that way.
I have to see what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, pull it up.
I'm pretty sure you're wrong, but
I'm pretty sure you shut up.
Okay.
Let's see here. Camels can run up to 40 miles an hour in short bursts. Horses, it's very similar. But camels can maintain a little bit longer than horses can, which is very
Really?
bizarre. Which is very bizarre.
surprising.
'Cause I looked up, I'm thinking, some of those guys are riding
Well, maybe because
horses.
they have to be more efficient because there's less water. They got to be better.
Well, those camels got
I
the
did think the
water
same
in
thing. I
there.
was like, camels aren't on horses. Are we
Yeah,
sure about that?
yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised.
So it said that camels are around about 40 to 42 miles an hour, like in a full burst. Horses are around 44. I'm like, that's pretty close.
Yeah.
But camels can sustain it just a little bit longer. And then if they're just going like at a general pace, they're in like the low 30s. I'm like, fuck, even that's
That was
fast.
one of our. That's the thing that people always say was one of our biggest evolutionary advantages. Humans can go for so long. Like they would like chase.
Can I?
They, could, they would like chase a
6
fucking
minutes.
a fucking woolly mammoth or something like that, and
Yeah.
they just fucking wear it out because we're constantly chasing them. And
Yeah.
we didn't get tired. We could run forever. So.
Yeah.
We got.
because you're running next to it and you're trying to just.
Or you like spear it off a cliff, like
And then if it goes off a cliff, like, well, fuck, that's a waste of time because it's now like 300 feet down below and they can't even get to it.
Had to climb down. Ah, fuck.
The whole time. Let's see here. $500 at this time is heaps of money.
Did you do the conversion?
No, I didn't. But think about it like this.
I can do it real quick.
Okay, yeah. Do the conversion. 1920s, $500. Probably. I'm gonna go on a limb here and say $500 back then is like $800,000. You could buy, if you had $800,000 at that time, you could buy a city. I'm sure, because an average house is gotta be like $2,000, if that. Like buy all those houses, but $500 is heaps of money.
$1 in 1920 is equivalent to $14.25.
Okay, so do that math.
14.25. Oh my God, where's my that?
Times 500. Math.
Times 500.
You put an extra zero. Yeah. You're gonna say 7 million.
I was like, what the fuck, $7 million?
Yeah.
Times what? 500.
Yeah.
$7,000.
Okay, that's not a lot, but even then, like that's I think $7,000.
What was $500?
That's what he bet him, didn't he? He's
Okay. That's a lot of money for a bet.
We'll get there first, and Braden's like, I don't gamble with money. I only gamble with my life. I was like, you fucking piece of shit. I'd suck his dick right there. Like, I'd be like, all right, man, American to American, and just ready to fucking go.
That's the kind of hair I'm going for here. You got a little Brenden Fraser. Just
hang down a little bit. Like, how do he keep his hair so slick and smooth, but yet flowy and free?
He sure does love to double wield guns.
He does.
Yeah.
Double wield, somehow immense accuracy.
I feel like,
and he should be using the 1911s the whole time because those you can hold more. Those are bigger bullets than those revolvers too.
Jonathan uses that one, right?
For a second he uses it and then he throws it out. That was really funny. Like they're shooting together. He goes, and but he had the little 2-shooter too. He had like a little Derringer.
Oh, okay.
At that one point too.
This thing is powerful weight.
Yeah. Let's see here. I hate bugs. So when the guy says I hate bugs, quite the foreshadowing. Let's see.
The Guido guy.
Yeah. Where she's like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" Just
the stage
of this guy, right? He's only known her for an hour, if that. And he's like, "Hey guys," and he's like, "Oh, what are you fucking doing here?" It's like Michael Scott seeing the HR guy.
Just side of races. Yeah, let's just be honest.
Yeah. Like I said, it's like whenever Michael saw the HR.
Toby, yeah.
Toby. Like, oh, what are you doing here, Toby?
I hate so much about what you are.
Yeah. I would every now and then I'll watch the bloopers of Steve Carell with the HR person. Just they're always cracked because he has to keep a straight face when he's doing that shit. But some of the stuff he says is pretty rude.
Yeah.
But like the Toby guy typically would go with it. Like he's good with rolling with it. It's Steve Carell that would typically bring.
Well, he's a writer.
Oh yeah, right. Just like
Mindy and BJ.
Yeah. So
well, that's why they're always there in the back.
Right.
So they'd have to be in every scene.
Who would you say got the most screen time out of all of them?
Of the
Toby?
show?
Yeah. Toby or BJ?
Out of those three?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Probably Toby or Mindy.
Yeah, because BJ wasn't there all the time.
Right.
Yeah,
he left for a lot of time.
Yeah. Let's see. That'd be funny if the bug came out of his dick, like because it goes in his shoe, right? And as it's waking, it was like, like it flies out and just blows up his dick and just.
Do you have 3 testicles? Nope, that's a bug. Oh God.
what is that? And then it starts scurrying up. Yeah.
He's like in pain. He's like, ooh.
It's like Futurama when they're having sex, like death by snoo snoo, and they're already all sore and weak. He's like, please, the flesh is tender and weak, but the spirit is willing, and
the spongy and weak.
Yeah. And then they go and he's like, yeah, because like it's pain, but happy pain.
It's going in my ass. Going in my ass.
When he gave Evie the fucking toolkit, and then later the guy's like, "Hey, that's my toolkit." It made me laugh because he fucking stole it and then gave it to her. But that scene too with the guns, like that part was pretty good too. Yeah, and Jonathan's like, "I've been in situations like that too," and he looks at him, he's like he gives him a little nod.
So that's what I was gonna say. Like, did Brenden Fraser just never do a movie with guns before? He seems like to love his guns. Like he's always like fondling the shotgun and like, all right, you see anyone around here? You need to fucking
loading it. Yeah, he's cleaning it.
Or when he has like the duel, he's like touching them and coming around the corners. Like what is happening here?
Well, I mean, maybe there's some.
He
training.
loves guns.
Yeah, maybe there's some training involved because like
He got a gold star from Terran's Tactical, whatever the fuck place they used to go.
He's reloaded.
John Wick goes all the time.
Reload. Here we go.
Ping, 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 ping. Yeah.
Bing. Sideways because it's his birthday.
And go.
Did you get my reference?
What?
Because he held the gun sideways because it's his birthday. It's Lou from The Simpsons. Hey, Chief, can I hold my gun this way?
Birthday boy.
Yeah, you want birthday boy.
I'm sorry.
Get it together. Evie killed somebody. She straight shotgunned one of those guys.
Yeah. On the horse. Yeah.
Why is everybody in this movie okay with murder? Like, I understand the Magi people.
I don't understand their what are they doing?
The Magi?
Are they attacking? Are they not attacking?
Yeah.
Like, all right, that's enough.
Yeah.
We'll come back
And
tomorrow.
then everybody stops. Hey, you got one fucking day,
Should
bro.
we stop doing stuff?
One fucking day to get out of here.
Is that their thing? They're like, oh, we don't want to kill everybody. We just want you to stop. So clear out in a day.
I just don't think they don't want anybody there. They don't want them to awake the
Then
mummy.
why not continue to attack everybody and just kill everybody?
We had the dynamite. Dynamite.
No, not Brenden. The guys. All in black.
The Magi.
Is that what they're called? Or are you just saying that?
I think that's what he said. They're the Magi.
Okay.
If they're not, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure he said like they're the Magi.
Okay.
I don't.
But I'm just saying, like, they come and they
they do. Yeah.
They like fuck shit up for like 10 minutes, and he's like, "That's it, we're done.
Yeah.
All right, we're taking off, but
Yeah.
you better be going by tomorrow.
Yeah.
Fucking looking at you.
All those dead people.
Looking
and
at you,
stuff?
eyebrows.
Yeah.
Fit the fucking bricks.
Hey, thin eyebrow motherfucker. She's like, I. But yeah, I don't know, because where's those dead bodies too? Because like they killed at least a dozen people, and they probably killed a dozen of
Turned into mummies.
Yeah. But yet Evie killed somebody, and they're just like, Everybody that killed somebody, they don't even give a fuck.
Well, I mean, you're in the middle of the desert. What, are you going to get arrested?
No,
Like,
I get that. But they're just super cool about
it's the
it.
wild, wild.
Egypt?
That'd be the east of Africa.
Yeah.
East.
Yeah. Jonathan killed some people. Brenden for sure killed some people, but he's at least in the
they're
army.
Adventures. Like, what do you
So
expect them
what? But Evie?
to talk through these things?
Evie's a fucking
You're
librarian.
getting attacked. What are you supposed to do?
She's a librarian. That guy wasn't even coming at her. She's just like, and shot him. He's like, He's just riding his horse by. He's like, hey, you guys see my contact? And he just got shot up. Like, he probably didn't want to be a part of that. And now he's dead, thanks to Evie. Mm-hmm. Those poor, lonely workers, because they open up that tomb and just get lit up with the sand, the pressurized sand. And they're like, hey, just use the fucking workers. Who gives a motherfucker about those guys? And he's like, please, I have a wife and kids. He's like, get the fucking, open that fucking thing up, dude.
There you go. Like, flips him one coin.
Yeah, it's a fucking penny, but like, it's for them, that's $10. Everyone is super cool with murder. Nothing bad comes from reading a book, is what she told him. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I've read the Necronomicon once, and that made some pretty gnarly things happen. Let's see here.
The Evil Dead one?
Yes.
Hell yeah. I read the
Bible.
No, what's oh my god. Pamphlet for the recently deceased or whatever.
The Beetlejuice?
The Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Oh, I read another evil book.
Yeah.
The Watchtower.
This when we're done.
Yeah. Fucking Mormons. So let's see here. Do you have good vision, bad vision?
Good.
Really?
Yeah.
Like 20/20 we talking? What are we talking?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Better.
If it's 30/30, that's better, correct?
I forget it has a weird number, but yeah.
Because I thought it means now it's 30 feet, so you can see like from 30 feet you can see this.
All right, I'm stupid. I don't know what the numbers mean.
I thought
I can see. I can
here's
see
how dumb we
clearly
are.
now. The rain is gone.
I typically do this to us. It's typically me that brings something up.
Yeah.
And when then we look dumber.
As long as somebody realizes, like, oh yeah, these guys know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
good.
because I told you, sometimes we'll get like an email or something like that. This is what you guys are talking about, and like I'm like, fuck you.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Fucking
Workers'
fucks.
comp. No,
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Thanks a lot, Sarah. I don't know who said it, but whatever.
For the workers' comp.
Brenda.
No, we had a couple. We could just say.
I was just joking. It's fine. Continue.
I don't like jokes. No. Okay, so everybody's cool with murder. The reason why I brought up vision.
Because the guy breaks his glasses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I was
Put
thinking.
a fucking rope on the back of that thing.
Not even that. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did it, but like he had a little string on his. But like still, my thought was, is your vision that bad? I know he's in a dark area. I get it. But like, is your vision that bad that you can't still see enough that you can't go for? You couldn't have followed your pals.
People have terrible vision.
What's
yes.
up with that?
They're not gifted like us, bruh.
Woo! Hold on, I was just biting my hand. Woo!
Knuckles.
No. Okay. Also,
yes, people have it. So, Go ahead and finish it. I'll bring it up later.
Sorry. No, that's just what I was gonna, like. My vision's good too.
Okay.
Um,
I was kind of glad. Okay, I'm not doing this for you to do that.
just
But,
trying to console me or something like
I
that.
was in a bit of a mood because I finished a bummer book, and then I watched the bummer movie it's based on.
The Bible.
The original 1930s bummer movie about it, and then I watched the recent bummer remake of it. I'm like, this is not. These are great, but this is not fun.
What are we talking about?
All Quiet on the Western Front.
Okay. Thank you.
The World War One book.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So like all week, I was like, these are good, but this is a fucking bummer. Yeah. So it was nice to see, a fun adventure movie. Yeah. I was like, oh, Mummy, good, finally.
Have you? Oh, go ahead, sorry. Sure.
So, but in the movie, one of the kids, because it's like, oh, we're gung ho about signing up, going to war, German kids, and they get there and it's fucking, they're in the trenches, it's miserable.
Cold, muddy, not ration. Right.
No food, no supplies, terrible. Getting ran over by fucking tanks. But one of the kids like, oh, I got my glasses, yay! But it's like old 1917 glasses for army. Yeah. So it's just like glasses with like 2 rubber bands that go around his ears. And they're like sitting low on his face. I'm like, those don't look comfortable, not even a little bit.
Yeah.
But if he loses his 2 and they get crushed and he dies. But I just thought I'd mention that too. When you brought up the glasses, I'm like, oh yeah, that kid, they look even less comfortable.
Yeah.
Just a couple years earlier. So
well, it's like. I mean, and for this movie, the guy has wireframe glasses, so they're flim-flammity anyway. But I can imagine those ones, like you said, held on by 2 rubber bands that could get loose, pull your hair with the rubber bands.
How easy to break a rubber band? You're going
especially when it's cold, like all flimsy and shit.
Well, also made me think of, because I always watch, one of my favorite movies is 12 Angry Men, which I want to do on the show, and you probably would never do it.
Nope.
But one of the main things about that is somebody seeing something happening in the middle of the night when they look over, like, well, you're not going to look over because nobody wears their glasses when they sleep. So how well did you actually see what you thought you saw?
Yeah. Can you wear your watch as you sleep?
Yes.
What the fuck? I cannot.
No.
I like if I'm going to take a nap, anything, I take that bitch off.
Really?
Like I need to have freedom. I need to let my dick hang out.
Yeah.
And I
wear
need
a
my
watch,
wrist free.
but and a shirt.
It's on your cock.
Bottom.
Is that why it still gets the pulse? Because you just put it on you have to put it on the tightest one. But still, I get it. I actually have to increase mine. I have to put extra a little bit on that. But yes.
Get tighter loops on here.
Okay. You're getting the knife just to make them a little deeper, make them more shallow. So I put on here. We already talked about it, but
again, I can sleep damn anywhere.
Yeah, I've seen you. Literally, I'm talking to you. Like you're like blah 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 blah, and I'll look at something and I look back and you're already. I'm like, fuck, man. I cannot do that.
Not related to the movie or anything like that. But do you know who Alexander Volkanovski is?
Of course I do not.
It's pretty good. Fuck you. Yeah. UFC fighter.
Okay. Definitely don't know.
I
can't stand the UFC guys. I'll watch it with Mike sometimes. I just don't like that as an organization. I know you've talked about it too.
Yes.
But just the way they treat their fighters and stuff like that, it's just it's like.
Also, a lot of the fighters themselves are pretty douchey, but whatever. That's another.
I would say more than half of them are probably douchey.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Big time. I mean, there's a lot of cheers going on when Trump comes in the building.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And Trump is in the building, so whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, Alexander was pound for pound #1 best fighter in the world, but he's older now. And while he was getting older, the next fight was like the next big thing. The next guy, like, oh, I'm gonna dethrone the old man. So he kind of ran with it because everyone's calling him like Old Man Volk. So he did commercials. Like as an old man, like having people come over. He's like, hey, you guys want some jam? I just made some jam. And like going in his garden talking about his stuff. He's like, he has an Australian accent, but I don't want to try to do it.
Don't do it.
But he's like, I have a fight film on my...
You're still trying it.
I'm still going to try it.
You're still doing it. I was like, please don't. You're like, well, I got the jam.
It's okay.
Okay.
Subtle.
Do it again.
No.
Okay. What are you going to try to say?
No. Well, I was saying, he's like, oh, I'm going to watch some fight film on my opponent. And he puts in a VHS tape. Right? And then the camera crew puts it on. And it's like a recording for like a cooking show. He's like, Alexander, you recorded over it. And it swings back to him on the couch. And he's already asleep. I'll show you after, but it's super funny. But it's him falling asleep in like 2 seconds. So.
Yeah. Like, it's very impressive with you. Because, again... I've seen you sleep in some of the most uncomfortable situations. I'm like, not situations, but like
positions.
For your positions, for your body. Like, how the fuck?
Face down, ass up.
Yeah, well, that's the way. That's the way I like to. Yeah. So, I can thankfully sleep on my stomach, like on my belly now. I have to have one hand up, and then the other hand has to be down, and then I get like.
Oh, like you're a murder victim. Like...
Yeah, exactly. And then, but the legs have to be intertwined because if they're not. Then it starts to hurt like my lower back.
You're so particular.
I know.
About
like even these Adidas, right? I almost didn't get these Sambas because the toe area is a little small. I need a little more toe area.
Need a wide berth for these toes.
Well, let me tell you, everything needs to be girthy with me, and I need a lot of room in the crotch and a lot of, like, for my pants or my boxers and stuff, because there's not a lot of space.
Real tight around the bunghole.
Yeah, exactly.
LBJ for you guys.
Thanks. So, what I was trying to say is, I am very particular.
Yeah.
And if anything,
well, that's the thing. I think that's catching up to me now. Like I said before, I was a young, spry little guy, and could just sleep anywhere, do anything I want. Now I'm getting a little older. It's like, now
ow,
my neck's
my
a
back.
little sore.
Yeah, I got you.
Actually, almost every time I lie down, I don't know if you're the same way. Like lie down, it's like, tighten the back, just for like 10 seconds. Work it out, and then it goes away.
Thankfully, no.
Or maybe that's just me.
Yeah, thankfully, no. But like, what happens a lot with me is my balls are like stuck to a lot of stuff. So I gotta, and then it is. Or I gotta like lick first, so that way it doesn't re-stick. And
I didn't realize we talk about the mummy. We're also learning
pit.
a lot about Brenden today.
My crotch pit is typically just, if you could think of like a sauna. And think of my crotch like that.
Is this mostly after basketball games or at all times?
At any time of the day. I will just take a shower and dry, and it'll still be moist.
Oh, because when you freak out and all that sweat runs down your back,
when I panic,
slides down your crack.
Oh, that's yeah, and break your mama's back. That's one of the side effects too.
You're just sitting there, you're
just dripping into my fucking pants from my boxers. That's a side effect. That's a side effect of the fucking medication too. It's like, besides diarrhea, it says also nervousness.
Sweat.
Yeah, your butt turns into a fucking swamp butt, and you get all murky down there. So
got a little stew, bro. A little froth going.
Yeah, when Brenden screamed and then he shotgunned the mummy, that was a very funny moment in the theater.
I feel like he screams twice.
He does with the other guys, with the warriors,
yeah.
And then he screamed back and he's like, Evie sleeps on her back
with the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah. That's the B team for sure. Like, that's the bench. But
I took a little long for that joke. I should have said it right.
It's okay. You tried. So when the mummy goes to her and he kisses her unconsensually, mind you,
non-consensual.
she's sleeping on her back. I thought, I can't do that.
You don't ever sleep on your back ever?
I have, but I had to be so fucking tired to actually just sleep like that, and then I wake up like this, like a fucking vampire, and then I get damn it! I got up, I was like, what? Is somebody making spam? And that's the only thing that would get me up so quickly. But
honey, yeah,
like Count Chocula, and yeah, I won.
I was like, how many eggs do you want? 2 eggs.
Let's see here.
We're talking about mummies, not Draculas, bro. Jesus.
Well, you fucking did it. Let's see here. So Evie sees Jonathan faking zombie is pretty good. He's like, and he's just getting by him. I like Brendan's jump into the sewer.
He lives, correct?
He does, Jonathan. Okay. Yeah, he lives. But when he's getting everybody,
and the handsome Magi guy.
Yeah. So it's Jonathan, Evie, handsome Magi guy, and Jonathan. Or not John. I'm sorry, Brenden. Yeah. What was his name in the movie again? Rick. So when he's getting everybody in the sewer, right? He's like, Jonathan, you go first, and he just jumps in, right? And then he gets the Magi guy in there. I don't see how he gets in. And then he's like, come on. The guy's
backflip.
Yeah, he dives straight in. But then the other guy's slicing people up, right? Which he dies a very honorable death, right? He's trying to protect them, and he's just go. He's slicing people up.
I think he was a plot point because they didn't have anywhere to put him on the plane.
Yeah,
I guess they could have just strapped him to a wing as well.
On the very end, like think True Lies, his leg on each side,
in between, yeah,
in between the rudder. But then when Brenden jumps in, he goes.
Brenden just gives him the look.
Do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll. Do you know where that's from? Star Fox. It's all right. It's all right, guys. He's not a gamer. So don't be mad at him, okay? But do a barrel roll. That was the frog guy in Star Fox.
I remember playing it a teensy bit, but I don't think I owned
on Nintendo. The original Nintendo. We talk Super Nintendo.
It was on GameCube.
What? It was on GameCube as well. Every iteration that Nintendo's made, there's been some version, except for
on NES.
Yes, NES, Super Nintendo, N64, GameCube. But I do not think there was
N64,
one for.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I don't think there's one for Switch. And
what was the first
I don't know if there's one for Wii.
3D Mario, like
that was 64.
Okay, then it was on that one, right?
Okay. That one's so good. I watched speedrunners do that.
Like you can just walk in any direction.
I know. What
is happening here?
People beat that game in like what 6 minutes now, 7 minutes now, like with glitches and shit. Yeah, I still greatly like watching those speedruns. It's fun.
I got super pumped for that dude who did the Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
100%.
Like, what the? I don't understand that.
And he calmly puts down his headphones.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah. I actually do not like when people say "let's go" as like their excited thingy, because I just think of
Say, let's fucking go.
either way. I just think of Patrick Mahomes and how annoying he kind of is, and his wife too. Oh my god! But like, it's I don't know. I just don't like when people say "let's go." Yeah. Because where are we going?
I just karate chop.
Oh, when you're excited, yeah.
Karate kick the
Yeah,
air at Rams game.
Sit. Yeah. But I took Taekwondo. You took jujitsu. Do you guys say things when you do the punches and shit?
There's no punching in jiu-jitsu.
Why not?
grappling.
It's grappling, all sparring. No, not even sparring. You're just all
Spar.
grapples. Oh, okay.
Grapple. Well, that's why jiu-jitsu is good, because you can full 100% effort spar, because you're not punching anybody in the face.
But you can't. No, that's not part of
It's not
jiu-jitsu.
part of the rules.
So in Taekwondo, which is, from my understanding, the laughing stock of martial arts, they would make us say, like, when we do the punches,
Yeah.
it's like, Taekwondo.
That's terrible.
I was like fucking 13. I made it to purple belt. I don't know, it might have even been brown belt, to be honest. I think it was perp. And
My cousins did a martial art, and the studio was in Fullerton, the city.
Okay.
Downtown Fullerton.
What I mean, what else do I think is Fullerton? Like, of course. Okay.
It was called Muya Do.
Okay.
Tiger Yang was the instructor.
Okay.
He was like
Well, if you really think about that name, Muyado, he wants Muyado. He wants a lot of dough. Is what he's
Mucho dough.
Yeah.
He did like I think he was like a second, third tier Chuck Norris kind of guy,
Yeah.
or Bruce Lee kind of guy.
Okay.
He did movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they were getting their belts, their belts.
Belt.
But to get to I guess the black belt level or close to the black belt level, they had to learn Korean words and shit like that. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So they stopped going eventually because they
fair.
didn't want to do that shit. But
Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
The one that my mom got my brother and I into was in Huntington Beach, that cesspool of a place, and I enjoyed it. Like, I felt like it took a lot of my energy and stuff like that, because I had a lot of energy, like rambunctious fucking little asshole kid, and I was grounded all the time, so it was a way for me to get out and do something. But I liked it, like breaking the boards, thinking I knew shit. I did not use any of that in life.
You didn't do the cool lift flips, kicks,
No,
20 feet in the
launch
air?
off someone. No,
Hell yeah.
Come down and shatter my ankle or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, fuck me.
And just say fuck
Both
me.
legs.
Yeah. Break both my femurs. Let's see here. I like Brendan's jump in a sewer. So pedal faster, Winston, is why did I put pedal? So Brendan's in the plane, and he sees the mummy coming. He says pedal faster. I thought, pedal faster? Is he like it's a bike? And so I kind of cackled at that.
I think those old planes have feet. Like all planes, I think have feet.
But I thought that's just for the turning.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just.
Oh, okay. Unless he has to go, and it's moving the rudder in the back, and that's how they're getting all.
I thought that guy was supposed to be like a Winston Churchill, because
Yeah.
he called him Winston.
Yeah.
Because he's old and he's drunk.
Yeah.
And
A little pudgy.
Churchill served in World War One, so I'm assuming okay. But then he said his last name wasn't Churchill.
Right.
And he died. So
And he did die.
sorry for anybody who didn't watch the movie.
Spoiler alert. When Imhotep stops being the Sandman and in the desert.
Mr. Salmon, bring me Rachel,
Bow, 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 bow.
because she's hot even though she has little eyebrows.
Bow, bow, bow.
Damn, we should do the song at the end.
So when Imhotep's trying to kill the airplane, right? He's going, but before
I like how he's doing it while it's happening in life. He's like,
yeah, he has to act that out. Yeah, then he has to hold his mouth shut. He's like, and the sand is doing it. I have to do it because the sand does it. But Benny is on Evie, and she's like, get off of me, because they're both kind of scared, and so he's like kind of on her a little bit. She's like, get off. And I thought, because that was in the background, mind you.
I do like how she kisses him to stop him from doing the sand stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I wish a spear of sand came up from the ground.
The
'cause he gets
boner.
a boner from kissing her.
It hits the plane. It just
Oh, fuck. He's like, cool, he's not behind us anymore. Fuck.
just goes right through the middle of him, splits him in half. Yeah.
Sand shooting out the end of it.
It's a fucking Beetlejuice sandworm that fucking skyrockets out. Let's see, because that was Universal, but still. Jonathan threw O'Connell's gun, which I thought was great. Where did all the camels come from?
Where did all the camels come from?
Okay. But where did they come from? Because
What do you mean?
Because
They were in
Benny.
Egypt.
Okay, motherfucker. But did they leave their camels when they left the fucking place the first time? They were just camels that Benny went out there, and there's like a fucking plethora of camels. Like, where did they come from? Because he starts loading those things up with the gold. So the only thing I could think of is they left them there when they were first there before they came back. Like after they, got all those mason jars.
Need one and
mason jars when they got when they got all the
those preservative jars.
yeah.
That he has.
Those jams that they used to be his
mummified
liver.
organs.
It was his liver, his heart. It's all just like a nice pressed jam now. It's a kimchi because they let it ferment.
They buried them in the sand for a week.
Let it ferment, for thousands of years. They let it ferment. Oh, man.
So zesty.
Yeah, but I don't know whose camels those were.
He would have had one, and then Imhotep, I guess, would have had one. And
No, they used the sand tornado to get there.
that's right, huh?
So why are those camels there? My only thought is they left them there from the first time they did the dig. And then they're like, well, now that some of these guys are dead, we don't need some of these camels. Because, the Magi probably killed some dudes.
Yeah, I don't know. I
And
can't
that's
answer that
the only
question.
thought that I would think of is that. So I don't like it. This whole movie falls apart now because the camels.
Cameras are like, you just stay here, dude, or just hanging out, or
Are you guys coming back or? Hey, brother, why does it sound like Ray Romano?
you gotta be here for.
Yeah. Hey, all this fucking sand
better than mine.
is getting shitty. Well, it's almost
all
almost
Kermit,
Kermit.
yeah.
Yeah. Kermit's a. Hey guys,
Come on, you come over here.
Kermit the camel here. I need a little more water in my caboose. They don't put him in their
My
caboose.
arm's getting a little small.
Why are you doing these kind of?
I don't know.
But Ray Romano's like, hey, hey, my fucking life sucks. My brother's a giant. Anyway, so let's see here.
It's getting hot now.
The arm back on thing was silly when he slices off.
Oh, yeah.
and he just goes like this.
I was just waiting for it to go. Is he a fucking Terminator? What the fuck?
Or it's like from Upgrade. The guy has
Yeah.
out comes a spear from his hand instead or something. Let's see here. Would you rather be crushed or eaten by the bugs if you're Benny? I'd rather be crushed.
I thought that was in my notes too.
That's like immediate.
I didn't actually put it in there, but I was going to put it in there.
Yeah.
Because what are your options, right? Die of dehydration.
Stab myself
like
in the head with
7 days.
a knife. Yeah.
Kill yourself
I think it's 3 days, bruh.
with water.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like 3 minutes, 3 days, 3 weeks, right?
For food?
3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, something like that.
Yeah.
That's like the standard.
I get it. I get it.
Math.
Yeah.
So you gotta die of dehydration. Painful. I'm assuming it's painful.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully.
Or you just put yourself out of your misery, like I said.
Right. Like, because there's clearly no oxygen down
Bugs
there.
can't feel good though.
No, because this fire's going out, so there's no oxygen down there, so it's sealed everything off completely.
That's true.
And but it's weird. 'Cause
Oh, maybe he'll die quick then.
yeah,
without
with
the
no
bugs.
oxygen.
Like,
But that's got to be like you're just there's no air to breathe. That's got to be tough too.
well, I understand what you're saying, but like the roof came down
And
There's
stopped.
still quite a bit of
There's space.
square footage,
Yeah.
or cubic footage.
Right.
So it take a while for him to exhale all that carbon dioxide and make run out of oxygen.
Well, this thing that's why I was hoping that like with the fire's taking some of that oxygen too, because in order for that to stay lit, it's taking oxygen.
True.
So, but my thought was if those bugs didn't come, that could probably give him time to look around. So maybe there's somewhere he can dig through or do something. But that stone came down pretty fucking far in every corridor. So the question
For
stands.
some reason, I remember him like an arm getting stuck.
Almost with Brenden, like when he's reaching.
That's what I'm saying. Like I remember
that.
that's like him trying to save him at the end and not getting.
Imagine
saved.
if he put your hand out and he held it, and then you hold my hand, right? And Brendan's like, "Let go of me," and then both their hands get crushed. Like, "Arr." But
Just want to hold my hand.
I did. You're very warm and clammy, so please don't ever.
Not
do that.
even a little bit. You're clammy.
You're just really dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. It's just my crotch. Let's see here. But okay, so if you could choose though, those
You're doing
three.
fucking Dagobah in your fucking pants.
You know what you're gonna do? I'm gonna bend over in front of the camera. You guys see the murkiness in the back.
Holy stains on my couch.
Why does my couch right there always smell like butt after Brandon leaves? If you could, crushed, which is more of an immediate death.
Yeah.
Bugs, which is probably painful and shitty. But even though that's pretty quick still, because the way they killed everybody else, and there was thousands and thousands of bugs there. Whereas everybody else is probably just a couple thousand.
I mean, again, we're not doctors, so like, how painful
I'm no
is
doctor.
like the? Because it's not like a bag over your head suffocation like that, right?
Right, I hope
Like,
not.
how bad is like CO2 poisoning after oxygen gets depleted? Like, how long does that take? Do you like just go to sleep, drowsy, kind of sleepy, and never wake up, or is it like suffocating?
Well, we can ask.
No bleeding. Don't give a fuck.
I was gonna fucking say.
say.
What's that band's name again?
Papa Roach, bro.
Okay, I was gonna say we can ask Papa Roach if there's suffocation,
little bugs.
no breathing. Fuck! I was right there. I was like, Mike, just shut the fuck up so I can say my.
Gotta be quick.
So I can say my shit. But if I could choose, right? Like look, the thing's still coming down. There's some bugs. Like keep them away with some fire.
You just like leave your head in there, like, oh, goodbye, cool rope.
Yeah.
That's gotta hurt.
Oh, I mean, for like a
2
second or
seconds?
so. Yeah. And imagine if you don't go deep enough and it only crushes like the tip of your head. So you're alive, but your brain, you're like over an Ishii and your fucking head's chopped off. It's just that top part. It was a hard 30 What did she say? Like, I apologize. Like, that is hard. Let's see here. He kisses her, knowing damn well she hasn't brushed her teeth or anything since that other mummy kissed her. Or since the mummy kissed her. Because the mummy kissed her twice before anything. And, like, that guy's got to have stank-ass breath.
Death breath?
Yeah, death breath. Because she kisses him while he's still sort of mummified a little bit. He kisses her when she's laying on her back in the bed. And then she kisses him.
Doesn't he come up and, like, his...
Yes, his mouth's
Mummy-er-ish?
But it's just one little spot of it still. Yeah, then he has the little cat. So there's at least 2 kisses before Brenden gets a piece of that. And so that's just got to be...
She's not tonguing him.
That's fair, but like that's got to be now like 2 days, that she hasn't probably brushed her teeth, probably
Remember he was
not
all
showered.
soupy as a mummy too.
Yeah.
That
Anyhow, so Mike, you enjoyed this movie?
Yeah. Eventually, like I said, it raised the spirits out of the depression of World War One.
Yeah.
Which kind of for them too, because this is set a couple, 10 years after. 18, 19, 21, 22, 5 years after, whatever, something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was an enjoyable watch, barring the kind of janky effects and stuff like that. But still fun.
Good.
Although it made me think like, maybe we should just do Raiders of the Lost Ark, but that's just me. Whatever.
But that's just me. I feel like again, in many instances, I know we're not doing it for this, but if we're gonna watch the first movie of a series, we should watch it all. I know we have not done that in any movie we've done.
I don't want to watch the Scorpion. What's the one where everyone's like, this looks stupid, where he's like half Scorpion and
Scorpion King. Or no, I'm sorry.
Like it's a whole movie?
It's The Mummy 2, The Scorpion King. So the Rock looked like shit at the end of the movie. Like the special
That's
effects
what I'm
for the Rock. Yeah. I don't understand how you're right. Like this movie
How did that get better?
Should have double the budget at least. And then you have The Rock come out and he looks like I made it in MS Paint. Like it just looks like
What's
shit.
worse, The Rock and that, or man, what was it? Was it Spawn that had super
Spawn was
janky?
pretty bad.
Are they both just
The Sound of Thunder. Did you ever see that?
No, what's that?
It's a short story by Ray Bradbury, but they made the movie out of it. It had like Ben Kingsley, and did that just not impress anybody? Knowing that Ray Bradbury wrote that short story, and I just listed it like a motherfucker. Anyway, but they made a movie about it, and there's a lot of hype on it.
Like Fahrenheit 451 too. I'm thinking a different Bradbury guy. Sorry, good.
Breathing heavily.
Continue.
But they made a movie, and they had a budget of like $60 million or something like that, and it looked like shit. And I was like, well, how much did you pay Ben Kingsley then, motherfucker? It's like, Jesus Christ. But it looked like garbage. So
That's what I don't understand. Well, I mean, I guess no one's as like visionary or whatever as
Spielberg's.
Yeah, or James Cameron.
Yeah.
Like, but these movies came out years before these ones. Like, what?
Titanic looked fabulous still.
Still to this goddamn day.
Like, I know they use miniatures because I've seen how they did them behind the scenes, of course. But like, it still looks really fucking good. Again, mummies sometimes like,
and there's like scenes with thousands of people in there. Maybe they just had thousands of people. That's why the movie cost fucking $200 million.
cost one guy his one Apple computer. Just was fucking. It had 800
James.
852 gigs of RAM. And like an 80 terabyte hard drive. Back then, that was like humongous.
It takes us 3.5 weeks to render 10 seconds of footage.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We use a supercomputer that NASA made and just to render 10 seconds of footage. Thanks, James. Did they call him Jimmy? No, I don't think they would. JC?
That's fine.
JC, yeah, JC. Anyhow, so the next movie we're going to watch, Mike, what is it and who is going to be in it?
I already forgot.
So we are watching Whiplash.
Oh, yeah.
God damn. It's only been an hour and 13 minutes.
Because I had stupid Nick Cage in my head. I was like, we're not doing
I
The
thought you were
Rock.
going to say Nick Cannon. So do some drumline.
Drumline is out there too. It's
Yeah,
on
do
Hulu,
some
I think.
drumline.
Right.
Okay, so we're doing Whiplash.
you do this?
I just fucking did it. Okay, so who's in Whiplash?
Miles Teller,
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons.
Paul
Paul
Reiser.
Reiser.
And that's all.
The pretty girl. I forgot her name.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Elijah
I forgot her
Dushku,
name.
Michelle Monaghan.
No.
Uh,
No, she's younger. That's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Oh, Shannon Sossman.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Okay, we'll do it live. Fuck it. I don't know what it means. What does this mean? God, that guy's a fucking douchebag.
Oh,
What is
man.
that dickhead's name?
Bill O'Reilly, yeah.
O'Reilly, that's right. All right. God, he's such a piece of shit. What does it mean? Fuck it. I'll do it live. Oh, God, that guy's a piece of shit. Anyway, everybody, Whiplash is available on Netflix. It's from 2014.
I believe so.
Yeah, I believe. So,
Directed by Damien Chazelle.
was that his first movie?
Yes.
Okay, good. So anyway, we're gonna watch that, and if you want to make any suggestions, that's gonna be our last movie of the season. So if you want to make any suggestions to us, you can email us at specrapular@gmail.com, and that way we can watch stuff for the next season. Likely, Mike and I have already chosen the first episode of next season, which we'll just say it now is The Menu, which is also available on Netflix.
You don't have to tell everyone now.
Well, I just fucking did, and we
Well, we
can
might
easily
change our
change our mind. Yeah, because we got like a month to really think about it. But anyway, no more than that. Because we got one more episode. It's like more than a month and a half. But Mike, why don't you go ahead and take us away?
You might be healthy by then.
I know. I might like mentally be like
You
healthy and
fucking
shit.
swole.
Yeah, because I had some creatine and shit like that. Yeah.
What are we doing? I'm singing? Okay, so we're doing mummies today. So I was thinking like, well, what movie has like, or what song has like rapped right in the time? So I was thinking like, so we got one more episode this season. Hope you guys like watching Whiplash. Now we're gonna listen to Specrapular. Now it's the end of Specrapular. Meow, meow. There's a lot of sounds in that song, so I'm gonna stop.